Hello there, my name is Bob, and today I wanted to discuss an issue that I get a lot of people coming to me and asking for advice. And this is something to do with international students who are here in the US. Okay. Personally, I came to the US as a master's student. I graduated from college. Then I worked for a year using my OPT, which is basically the work permit that you get after you graduate. And then after that, I was lucky enough to get a job, to get a company that gave me a job, and that company was able to file for my H1B visa, which is basically a visa that is tied to an employer. Okay. Now, what happens is a lot of students when they graduate from college and when they get their OPT, okay, which is basically a work authorization document that allows you to work for any company out there once you graduate from college for like a year, or if you are a STEM student, you can also work for another 2 years. Okay, so a lot of students, when they graduate from college, they are not really able to secure a job. They are not able to get that job for them to be able to utilize their OPT. Okay. Also, those who get the job, most of the time, the companies that they work for cannot file for their H1B visa. Okay. Other times, okay, other times when someone gets a company that can file for their H1B visa, these visas nowadays since 2013, the H1B visas, they undergo a lottery. So you are not really guaranteed of getting the visa, even if your employer files for the visa. Okay. Now, so what happens is these students, they are faced with a dilemma, okay, where they don't know exactly what to do when, for example, let's say, they file for their H1B and then they are not able to get the H1B visa because maybe they were not lucky enough in the lottery. So what do they have to do? What are the options out there? Okay. Now, one of the options is normally to go back to school and then start afresh again and continue being in school. I've seen students who have been in this country for over 10 years still studying. Okay, I've seen people like those still studying because they want to still be in status. Okay, and college is very, very expensive here in the US. Okay, so you can imagine if you keep on, you finish your, let's say for example, you do your undergrad, you finish, then you're not able to change your status from a student. Then what you do again, you go back to school, you do your masters, you finish, then you go back to school again, you do your PhD, you finish, then you go back to school again, you do another masters. I've seen people do all that. Okay, and the reason normally they do that is because they don't want to fall out of status. Okay, also, and they just want to still stay in school because that's the only way that they can stay in this country. Okay, because for some reason they don't want to go back. Okay. Other times also, I see that some students, it's not like they really want to go to school. They may get a job, but that job actually is not able to give them the H1B visas. Okay, because normally a lot of companies, they don't file for H1B visa. Okay, very few companies do that. Okay, and a lot of students, they are not able to find out a company that can be able to give them an H1B visa, but they can actually be able to get a job. Okay, so now what do they have to do? If, for example, if your OPT is expiring, okay, and you need to keep on working, okay? And you need also to maintain your status as an F1 student, as an international student. What do you have to do? Okay, so that's something that a lot of students reach out to me and they ask me because I've gone through this whole process. I came as a student. I was able to use my OPT. I got my H1B. After that, I worked, and then I got my green card through employment and all that. So it's something that I have a lot of knowledge about the whole process. Okay. Now, what you can do is this. There are some universities out there that are very CPT friendly. What do I mean by CPT friendly? What I mean is these universities, you don't have to be attending the university like full time, like from Monday to Sunday, for you to be able to maintain your status as a student. Okay, and at the same time also, you don't have to stay for at least a year in studying in the university for you to get CPT. Mostly CPT is basically a work authorization that you get before you graduate, okay, for those who don't know. All right, so mostly you get the CPT. At least most colleges will give you a CPT. You should be in college for maybe around a year. Okay, you should be enrolled in college full time for at least a year. Okay, now legally there is a way of some colleges, they figured out they can be able to give CPT to students, to international students who need to work, okay, and work full time, okay, and this is not illegal at all, okay. There's some loopholes, kind of, you would say, in the in the immigration laws or whatever you call them, and that's what these universities are able to use for them to be able to give out CPT to international students. Okay, so this this discussion today is for me to give you the list of 12 universities out there that you can actually get CPT, okay? And when I mean you get CPT, I mean you get CPT quickly. You don't have to wait for like 1 year for you to get the CPT. Now, the one of them is International Technology University, Technological University, and this is in California, San Jose. For this university, to get a CPT for a long time, basically meaning like more than a semester, you have to go to school for at least once in a month. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have a job, you're working somewhere full time, okay, because CPT is supposed to give you, to give you the ability to work full time, as you continue with school and maintain your student visa, okay, student status, okay. So you have, for this university, you have to go to the school at least once in a month. Like, you have to attend the classes at least once in a month, okay. And one of those classes has to be like face to face, meaning that it's not supposed to be online. At least you have to be you have to be physically in class, okay, at least once a month, okay. There is also a university called United States University, and this is also in California. This one you get CPT from day one, okay. Once you enroll in the college, you get CPT. Mostly those universities, what they require you to do is you have to attend some classes, okay. You have to attend some classes over the weekend, okay, Saturdays and Sundays, okay, or sometimes Saturdays only, okay. So for United States University, you get CPT from day one. Remember, I told you most universities out there, they can only give you CPT after 1 year, okay, all right. They are very strict when it comes to giving out CPT. So these are the ones that are most friendly, to international students, where you can actually go and get CPT and you continue working wherever you are, without having to worry about your student F1 status. Okay, you don't have to worry about falling out of status. Another university is Goldie Beacon College. It's in Delaware. Okay, they offer also CPT from day one. Once you enroll in that college, okay, you get CPT. So normally, like for example, if you know your OPT is ending, okay, and let's say for example you finished your masters, all you need to do is just enroll in in a program in any of those universities, and you will be able to get a CPT from day one, and you can continue doing working. Okay, you can continue doing your work. Okay, as you maintain your student visa. Okay. Another one is Sullivan. Sullivan, it's they give CPT on the first week of the school. Okay, and you have to have, like for example, if you're going for a master's, you have to have another master's degree for you to be able to qualify to get that. Okay, for you to qualify to get the CPT the first week of the school. Okay. Okay. Now the other one is University of the Cumberlands. Okay. This one also it's given on the first semester of enrollment. Okay, once you enroll in the first semester, you'll be given the CPT. Okay, and there is no limit on the number of months you can get the CPT. Okay, so so it's a very good university that you can think of if you really want to get a CPT for you to keep on maintaining your student visa as you work. Okay. Which one is the other one? The next one is Globe University. Globe University, and this is in Minnesota, and they also offer CPT from day one. Okay, and they conduct classes over the weekends too. So you have to attend classes. Normally, what I've seen people do is sometimes you can get a really nice job, and sometimes you are not in the same state to where you go to school. And let's say, for example, you are working in Florida and your school is in Georgia. So what you do is you have to attend the school there, like over the weekends, okay? And go to work wherever you are, and then attend the classes over the weekend. You have to do what you have to do for you to maintain your status, okay? So that's another school. Okay, that's Globe University. The other one is Harrisburg University of Science and Technology. Okay, that one also gives OPT in the first semester if you have a second master's degree. Okay, okay, and they allow 40 hours per week of CPT. Okay, sometimes some colleges they can only allow like 20 hours of CPT. So you have to check with the university. Okay, for this list, if you really want to reach out to any of these schools, you need to call them and confirm everything. Okay, this is some of my research that I've done. I also know some people that I worked with who had to attend these colleges for them to maintain their status. Okay. Like I told you, I graduated. Once I graduated, I got my OPT. Then after that, I got my my H1B. But some people were not lucky enough at the time to get. Some of my colleagues were not lucky enough to get H1Bs in the same year that we graduated. So they had to wait for another year to get H1Bs. And the way they had to do it was to go back to school and maintain their F1 status, okay, their student status, okay, and they attended some of these schools. All right. Another school is Virginia International University, VIU. They also give CPT from day one. There is another university called University of North America. Okay, they also give CPT from day one, and they have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays, and this is in Virginia. All right. There's another one, Stratford University. Those ones also they give CPT from day one. All right. University of Virginia also they give CPT from day one, and also there's a college in Utah, okay, called Stevens Henaga College, if I'm able to pronounce it well, and also they give CPT from day one for master's student. Okay, so if you're out there and you need to maintain your student or your F1 status, and you also need to keep on working. These are some of the universities that you can maybe probably reach out to and see whether you can be able to get the CPT and be able to maintain your status, and so that you don't become undocumented immigrant. Okay. With the Trump administration, it's very, very important that you keep your status in place, because you don't want to fall in trouble. Okay. So that's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.